For those of you who have been following the channel for a while now, you may remember a video that we posted late last year, which in a nutshell described how trading platforms that offer international investments, like Stake, often lack the analytics and reporting required to ensure that their users get the whole picture when it comes to things like returns. So, being the helpful YouTuber that I am, I explained a way to get around these shortcomings by disclosing the exact portfolio tracker that I personally use, which is Sharesight. And while most of you were very grateful for the video, there was this one comment. Now, while I was a little hurt at first, I should actually thank them because they do have a point. And it was actually their comment that motivated me to make this video. So because of lanky stocks, today we're going to go through the step-by-step process for setting up your Sharesight portfolio tracker, and I'll explain the hack that I use to ensure that all of my stake transactions are updated in real time. But just before we jump into the tutorial, if any of you guys find value in the free content that Alan and I provide here, we would really appreciate it if you could just quickly go down and gently tap the like button. Although it doesn't seem like much, it really does help us out by pushing our content to larger audiences, which in turn obviously helps the channel grow. So thank you for everyone who tapped it. Now let's jump into it. Okay, now this first step is pretty simple and it only applies to you if you haven't already created your Sharesight account. If you have, you can jump to this timestamp, but for those of you who haven't and are starting from scratch, this is how you do it. So you can start by going down to the description of this very video that you're on and looking for the affiliate link for Sharesight. Now, keep in mind, you don't actually have to use this link, but if you do, not only will it be free if you only want to have up to 10 holdings, but if you decide to get one of their premium plans, then you'll actually get a 33% discount. So that's at no additional cost to you, and that's just by using the link that we have here in the description. So if you go down, click on the link, you'll be taken to Sharesight's website. Now we go up to the top, click sign up. Now all you need to do is enter an email, make up a password, and elect what type of tax resident you are. And it's really as simple as that. So the next step is to input all of your transactions from your broker. So Sharesight give you 3 different ways to do this. The first way is to manually add a change, where you would have to type in the name or the ticker symbol, the date, how many shares, the share price, brokerage, and all of that. Now, this may work for you if you've only made a few trades, but for those who have been trading for quite a while and potentially made hundreds of trades up until this point, that would be very, very time consuming. So you'd probably want to avoid doing that. The next type is to import from a broker. Now, if you were someone who had been trading with ComSec, for example, you can see that you are able to directly input your ComSec ID and password into Sharesight's interface. And what that'll allow you to do is automatically bring over the trades from any given date. However, for us stake users, they haven't developed that sort of integration as of yet. So as you'll see when you click on stakes option, it appears as though the only way you could import transactions in bulk would be using the CSF file that's only sent to you once a year, and that is done around tax time. Now, for those of you who have been using Stake since before July of 2020, you would have received this email with the CSV document attached. And you could simply download that attachment and then upload it straight into Sharesight's website. However, there is still a problem with this. Now, some of you may have already picked up on it, but that document would only reflect transactions from before July of 2020. So what are you supposed to do with all of the trades you've made since then? Well, this is the way I do it. Now, just to preface, you will need to have access to Microsoft Excel in order to complete this process. So as you can see here, I've got up a spreadsheet with 7 columns. You want to name the first column trade date, the second instrument code, the third quantity, then price in dollars, transaction type, brokerage, and brokerage currency. Once you've got that set up, you'll then want to go and log in to your online stake profile. Once you've logged in, you'll want to go up to the top right-hand corner and then select account. From here, you'll want to go down to reports, Then here you'll want to input dates so that it encompasses all your stake transactions. So for this example, I'm going to go back all the way to November of 2019. Then you'll want to, under report type, select order transactions. And for format, just do Excel. You'll want to download this report. And once the report is open, fortunately, almost everything from within this report is in the format that Sharesight wants it. However, there are a couple that need adjusting. The first one is the date. So rather than having the date and time, which is what Stake have in their report, Sharesight only want the date. So a way to get around this is as follows. So go to a cell outside of the report itself, type in $, left, open bracket, then click on the cell that we're looking at, which in this case is D11, comma, and then do the number of characters that you would like to be included. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and click enter. And voila, all we've got is the date. So essentially what's happening here is they've looked at the cell in question, which in this case is D11, and then what we've instructed Excel to do is delete all the text that is from the 11th character and onwards, and that leaves us with just the date. Then what you'll need to do is click on the cell that you just made that formula for, wait for the black tick to appear in the bottom right hand corner, click and hold and drag to the bottom of the report. When you let go, it will have copied this formula. So you can see this is the 26th of November 2019, 26th November 2019. We go down to this one, the 31st of March 2020, take it all the way across, 31st of March 2020. So that is perfect. Then all you need to do is copy, take it over to the Sharesight spreadsheet and simply paste it. Now bear in mind, you'll need to paste like this, just the values. You don't want to paste the formula because there's nothing that it's referring to. So just remember to paste the values. Then with the instrument code, fortunately, there's no meddling with the data needed here. All we do is just scroll down and copy the list. Go back to the Sharesight spreadsheet and again, paste the values. Quantity, same thing again. Go to the quantity column, take it all the way down, copy and paste. Price in dollars, same thing again, copy and paste. Now transaction type, all it'll be is either a B or an S, and again, it's a simple copy and paste. Now for brokerage, it's slightly different. So as you can see on Stake's end, there isn't actually any column for brokerage. So what you'll need to do in this case is for any of the buys with the Bs, there's 0 brokerage. But for cells, say this was an S, there's actually 1 cent brokerage. Now, again, if there were hundreds of transactions here, it would take forever to go through and be like, okay, there's a B, put a 0, there's an S, put a 0.01, and so on. I'll just revert this before I forget. One quick way you can do it is using the formula if. So what you do is you put an equal sign, type IF, and then open bracket. So what you're going to say is if this cell equals speech marks B, then it will be a 0. But if E2 doesn't equal to B, so the only other option is S, then it'll be 0.01 and close bracket and enter. So if we did this correctly, we'll bring this down and everything will be 0. Perfect. Now let's assume you had a few more transactions, you had a couple of cells in there, a few more buys, and another cell. You can see it's already adding and working out the formula for this. So that's how you do that column. And finally, very easily, brokerage currency for Stake, it's all USD. So all you need to do is type that in and then take it down for your entire list. And that's it. So what you do from this point is you save the document, make sure that the file type is CSV, save it where you like, and now we'll go back to Sharesight's website. What you'll need to do here is to choose the file and then upload. At this point, Sharesight's website is analyzing that document you uploaded to generate those as transactions in your portfolio. It usually doesn't take that long, regardless of, funnily enough, how many transactions there are, but they'll give you this page once they're done. And as you can see, it's picked up everything perfectly. So it saw that we had bought on the 26th of November 2019, VOO. We bought 0.68310,911 of a share, and the price was $287.67. And Sharesight's system has already picked up the exchange rate from that date and inputted that into their reporting. So you check it and make sure there's no issues. Once you've done, you click finish and import. And then when we go to the overview page, voila, all of my transactions up until this point are now reflected in Sharesight up until this date. However, some of you may be thinking, I get that all of my transactions up until this point are now reflected in Sharesight, but if I were to make a transaction tomorrow, would I have to make the Excel file again and then do that every other time I make a trade? That would just be super inconvenient. And no, fortunately, there is an easier way. Now, like I said before, with certain Sharesight partners, they have this ongoing integration built with them so that if trades are made, it automatically updates in the system. However, with Stake, they haven't developed the integration to that level just yet. But there is an easy workaround, it just takes a little bit of setting up. So what you'll need to do from your Sharesight portfolio, you'll click on Integrations, and then click on Trade Confirmation Emails. And to give you a little explanation as to what happens here, Sharesight have developed their system to be able to interpret when a trade confirmation is sent via email. So to give you a more specific case, when Stake sends you an email letting you know that they've either bought a share for you or sold a share for you, if that email is given to Sharesight's system, they have a computer that's able to read what is said in that email and automatically input that trade as a transaction on your Sharesight portfolio. Now, each portfolio has its own unique email address, and the one for my dummy account is this email right here. So all you would need to do from this point is take that email and create a rule or filter within the email account you have your Stake trade notification sent to. So I'll run through an example here for Gmail, but if you have an email through Outlook or Yahoo, there might be a slightly different process. So to start, copy your unique portfolio email address, then under email notifications, make sure to tick errors only. Go over to your email, click on settings, then click on see all settings. You'll need to go to forwarding and POP/IMAP. You'll then need to add a forwarding address. Paste your Sharesight portfolio email and click next. Click proceed. Now what has happened is a confirmation email has been sent to your unique Sharesight portfolio email address. So you click OK. From there, go to your email, and once that confirmation email has been sent, Sharesight are now trying to read that as a transaction, and obviously that has nothing to do with buying or selling shares. So as a result, they'll send you this email. Now what you'll need to do is take the code in the email subject, paste the code and click verify. You'll notice now it has been verified, and you'll want to leave this setting as disable forwarding, because essentially what this could potentially do is forward every email that you receive to that email address, which is not what we want to do. So from here, we go to filter and blocked addresses. You then click create new filter. So from here, type in notifications@hellostake.com, and under the subject, type in trade notification. Then click search, and you should see all of your previous Stake trade notifications. From there, go back to the filter, click create filter, and then select forward to, and then there's your Sharesight address. Now note, the old mail will not be forwarded, which is what we want because we've already had those reflected in the spreadsheet. Click create filter, And that's pretty much it. From this point on, any new trades that are made through Stake, as long as you're getting sent those trade notification emails, they'll automatically be forwarded from your email address to your Sharesight portfolio email address. That will then create a trade in your Sharesight account, and you'll have a fully automated Sharesight portfolio tracker. And that's pretty much it. If you guys had any other questions about Sharesight or having any issues with this process, by all means, just pop them in the comment section below. Alan and I get to every single comment, so we'll be sure to reply. And if you guys want to know more about how Sharesight can help you track your portfolio, make sure to watch this video at the top. I'll also put a link to that in the description below. If you guys would like to see more content like this, make sure to go down, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, and that'll ensure that you're first to know when any new content is posted. But if you can't wait for that, here's a video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, and this is our latest video. Hopefully one of those appeal to you, but if not, we'll see you in the next one.